Hi, I'm Barton Seaver. I'm a chef, author, and proud resident here on the coast of New England where life is delicious. And I'm joined by one of my culinary heroes and mentors.
I'm Bob Rowe. I'm the Executive Director of the East Coast Shellfish Growers Association. Happy to be here with you, Barton.
So we've got a finished plate of delicious oysters here, and I've been tasting through, and yeah, I'm inspired by them. This is a finished product though. How did we get here? Where did they start from, and what are the methods by which they're grown?
Sure, so we've got a couple of wild oysters here, and that's just a natural product where the larvae are captured on shell and moved to a farm. And you can see the larvae set on a shell and then grew up into a magnificent oyster. But most of the farms on the East Coast are using hatchery reared seed where we're able to select the characteristics that we want so that they grow into the right shape, they have the right color, they grow quickly. This is a product that is grown without any interjection from mankind. We don't use any fertilizers, no drugs, no chemicals, no antibiotics. This is food as nature intended, and it actually improves the water quality when we grow them. So we are a restorative food source, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, I call these sort of sustainability plus or restorative, as you call them, and it's the only food that I recommend, well, pretty much outright overconsumption of. I mean, it's environmentalism on the half shell with a glass of Sancerre. Count me in, right?
Well, I like to say, if you eat more, we'll grow more, and that'll benefit the environment more.
Sizing of oyster. I know that's important to some people. I've always preferred sort of the smaller size cocktail, and I know that they can get entree size. But tell me about the different sizes and how that affects sort of the culinary opportunity.
Sure, so as a farmer, we can sell any size you want. So many growers will sell multiple size grades. I know that we sold a petite, we sold a select, we sold a large, and we actually sold a jumbo that was actually as big as my foot, which had to be eaten with a knife and fork, but magnificent for roasting and grilling.
One of the differences that I can see plainly here amongst the oysters in front of us is this mantle here, that outer lip, that rim of the shell. And we've got a couple of different methods of growing oysters on display here. Talk about, if you would, the different methods and how that sort of generically results in differences on the plate.
Sure. So we grow most of the oysters on the farm in a cage because everybody likes to eat oysters. But if you just grow them in a cage, they tend to grow too fast, and they will be frilly and thin-shelled and flat. So we tumble them, we beat them up, and that breaks off this delicate outer fringe, and it forces the animal to cup up and make a deeper cup, which is what the customer prefers. So you have a more uniform shell shape, and in the case of these ones here, a nicely polished outer side, compared to these wild oysters that have been growing on the bottom, with growing with a little bit of algae on the outside. It's a little different. Obviously, what you care about is the flavor of what's inside. So, but the outside is, what's on the eye and catches the eye, and is obviously a big part of what we eat.
The cages can be on the top of the water column. They can be submerged as well.
We have many, many different growing methods: bottom cages, floating gear, suspended culture. It's a wonderful period to be an oyster farmer because we're developing all sorts of new techniques.
But technique notwithstanding, they're all delicious.
I like to think so. I mean, mine obviously taste the best, but there's a wide variety of flavors. And I always say that, every oyster farmer has a great story to tell. Yeah. And they will tell you that their oyster is the best on the planet, and they're very proud stewards of the environment. And it's really magnificent how they have such pride of product.
I appreciate all you do to bring incredible product to my back door as a chef, giving me this opportunity to serve a product with incredible pride, place, story, and thanks.
It's my pleasure. I represent a bunch of growers who are really hard-working folks, and it's the delivery of these wonderful chefs that really take our natural product and bring it to a higher level. So thanks for the work you do.
Yeah, well, they're traceable all the way back to the farm. And as you know, as chefs, pride of product and place, the sustainability, the thought and care that goes into everything that we do, that story translates onto the menu. It's what makes modern cuisine our own. And oysters provide that as no other product does. It's a product that brings all of the romance of the sea, that mermaid's kiss, to you, to your menu, all brought to you by this man and his colleagues.
It's food as nature intended. It's really unembellished, totally natural, fresh, and delicious.
Bon appetit.